Welcome back to Life in the ATL. With us today is Sahias Unkudu. He is the owner of NEM Magical Massage and Meditation. Thank you for joining us today, Sahias.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
I love your name. What does your name mean?
Sahias means God of strength. It's a name I acquired through meditation. And Unkudu means tiger. And it is, I was born in the year of the tiger. So that's what
Well, it's funny sometimes names mean things, and some people, you can just look at them and say, that is your name. You know, you've been named in a spiritual sense many times like that. But tell me, this is all about massage, meditation, growth, healing, and things like that. How did you get into this line of work?
Okay, I've been working out since I was 10 years old, so I'm very aware of what the body needs physically and how to challenge it and how to rest it. Also, I'm a martial artist, and I've been in the martial arts for like over 20 years. So stretching and keeping the body mobile is very important. And also in martial art, there's a requirement for meditation to get in tune with yourself. And then I have been into a lot of religious studies and have lived different religious lives sincerely, enough to glean from those different spiritual systems a way to get in tune with myself. And so currently I practice shamanism. It's like the earliest form of man's attempt to get in touch with the divine. And in shamanism, it's very important to have self-autonomy, to be self-aware, self-determined. And so just going back into the massage aspect, when I was younger, I was raised by my grandparents in Douglasville, Georgia, and they had a lot of problems like gout and rheumatoid arthritis, and my grandmother ended up being crippled when I was still a little boy. And so I just had a tendency to want to lay my hands on her, and that just carried over into dealing with other people. I actually thought I could put my hands on people and help them get better. And then I realized—
That was at an early age.
At an early age. And then my sister got me into the whole idea of massage. And I went the naturopathic route, the bodywork route, not massage therapy route. So I let all my clients know that my body of knowledge comes from really my lifestyle. I'm 47, I'm still very active. I practice capoeira. Have you ever heard of it? I
was going to ask you what that is.
Capoeira is an African Brazilian martial art that came into being in Brazil. Some Africans that were imported into slavery down there. They brought from Angola in Africa, they brought a martial art with them. And when the masters saw that they were using it to fight to get free, they started to disguise the martial arts aspect and dance.
Oh my goodness.
With music and song. So it's a martial art where you dance and move around a lot.
What a trajectory of growth and movement and inspiration, meditation, and then incorporating that idea that you talked about where you would feel like you could lay your hands on somebody and it would matter. Your company is named NEM Magical Massage and Meditation, but what does the NEM stand for?
Natural Energy Maintenance. And we actually say NEM.
NEM,
it's an abbreviation, but we call it NEM. And it's all about each person getting in touch with their own energy, which is unique to them. It's peculiar to them. Everybody's energy is different. May be similar, may have a lot of things in common, but you have a natural energy signature with a natural output potential and a natural quality potential. So it's all about getting into your mind, maybe with a little guidance. Some people have already meditated. If they don't know how to meditate, we explain and help and guide into meditation and awareness, self-awareness. And people get to go inside and do inner work and discover if there's any weaknesses there that they didn't know about, they can get rid of, or if they want to become a different person. They might want to become more patient. They might want to be more assertive. So in meditation, you can enter a trance state and go deep into a trance state, and you can do very significant work. Because an imagined memory to the subconscious is the same as a memory that came about in this waking conscious.
Right. Now you have another form of massage. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's Esolé.
Esolé, yes.
Okay. How does that differentiate it from the one you just spoke of?
It differentiates in the level of attention paid to the client. I pride myself on making sure that I'm totally attuned to the client, and it involves stretching. It aims at making your joints more mobile. So my job is like to get you into a place like right past your comfort zone. Stretch you, and then, massage it and get blood and energy there.
Oh.
And then when it's over, my clients are like, I feel so loose, I feel amazing, I feel light. It's also about self-discovery, because a lot of my clients, since the Esolé sessions are so thorough, they find out that they had inflammation or sore spots in places that they want. I didn't know I was so sore right there. Oh, I didn't know I could get my arm that far. Oh, I didn't know this and I didn't know that.
So you're, sometimes massage therapists say that they're reading a person's body when they're massaging, feeling like what they need to do. But it also sounds like you allow the person that's being massaged to read their own body in ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I encourage it. I push the idea that I help self-determined people be better. They're self-determined already, or they want to be self-determined. So I'm not actually doing anything to them except for, the obvious touching and the need and taking them beyond their comfort zone. But they're able to grab hold of the situation and say, hey, I need to do this, or what can I do to make this better? And you could do this and you can move this more. I didn't know that was sore. I'm gonna do something about that. And in the meditative realm, it's the same thing. When they go in their mind and they dream, they dream or meditate or visualize, they may find things coming to them that they didn't know existed in their subconscious. Oh, I went back to this memory and I remember I used to feel this way. I lost that.
Wow.
I need to get that back.
Wow.
And they're doing the work. It's their mind.
Right.
And all I'm doing is offering suggestions that will spark epiphanies.
Is that what they call guided meditation?
Guided meditation,
yes.
yes.
I love that phrase, this epiphanies. We know what that means in a general sense, but applying that to an instance in what you do, that is it's got to be a freeing time and a revelatory.
Yeah. For myself and my clients.
I mean, for you, I'm thinking about the client itself. But they probably, and you mentioned before, the stretching and things like that, and that they're beginning to feel their body, and in doing so, they begin to maybe feel things about their mind that they didn't think that they knew.
I'd like to add something too, in the Esolé sessions, I believe in working from the spine. That's a very central, pun intended, to work from the spine outward. So I believe in stimulating blood flow all along the spine. I got a technique where I rub vigorously the spine. Or apply pressure with my fingers all down the spine and up the spine with the intention of stimulating the spine and all of the nerve connections that branch out from the spine all throughout the body, and that corresponds to chi and meridians and all this other stuff that martial artists and Buddhists and people like that know about.
Where are you located?
600 Bronner Brothers Way, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia.
Southwest? Okay.
30310, and it's right near the West End Mall.
Okay.
It's in the historic Bronner Brothers building. It's currently being headed up or ran by my Rosa. It's e-com space. It's a co-working space. I have a studio inside.
Okay. So Southwest Atlanta, and you're from Douglasville, so you're very familiar with this area. And so what would you say to somebody, you only have 10 or 15 seconds left, that is just curious about this? How would you want them to get in contact with you?
Wow, 15 seconds. To get in contact with me or just to stimulate interest in the business?
Yes, stimulate business interest.
Well, if you're about being your best self and really getting into all of your potentials, we work from the mind going into the body, and we also work from the body going into the mind.
Perfect. And it's been a delight to talk to you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.